My name is Jason Scanlon. The meat industry basically is animal agriculture in general, because it goes beyond like dairy and egg farming. Once those animals are done being used in the egg and dairy industry, they're just sent to the slaughterhouse, and then that's turned into chicken, or steak they end up buying in the store. So like they don't waste any part of the animal. If they have an egg, in their possession, and they raise it, it's going to be, not a good life, its whole life. They're not just going to let it free after they're done using it. Also, over 150 billion animals are killed every year. Billion, yeah, with the B. So, just thinking about that, like, there's not even 8 billion humans on Earth. But in, like, less than a week, we kill more animals than there are humans on this planet. And that's in less than a week. And there's a lot of weeks in the year. So, if you do the math, that's a lot of, like, life-taking,
Could it get any worse? Apparently, it could, when it came to sea life.
What about marine life? What's the damage done on that?
Fish are actually killed even faster than land animals because, they're smaller. It's easier to do. Without fish in our oceans, there will be a lot of problems with like pollution in the water because we need fish to, clean it up. Our whole ecosystem needs to be balanced, but if we kill too much of one species, then the world will go unbalanced, and then eventually the earth won't function properly.
Some scientists and some vegans say that the world will be fishless or without fish life, or close
By
to it,
2050.
by around 2048, 2050.
Yeah.
Do you believe there's science to back that up?
Oh, I definitely believe there's science to back that up. Whether it's going to happen or not, I guess we just have to see if like humans, continue on the track that we're on now, because if they do, we'll definitely see extinction. This summer going into high school, I went vegan, so almost 4 years now. Like, you hear about racism and like sexism, but you don't really hear about speciesism, or one species thinks is dominant over another. Basically humans over every other race. So humans use anything they can, even if it's an animal's life, if they can benefit from it. So basically, I just try not to support that in every way I can.
Would you believe me if I told you that half of all global warming and climate change on Earth are a result of animals as food? Well, would you believe NASA?
That research that someone was doing into trying to get carbon into soils to try and offset the methane production, which is terrible, from the belching of cows and sheep, and therefore agriculture is by far the biggest vector of emissions.
Disturbingly, the ever-potent greenhouse methane traps in 25% more heat than all other gases, including CO2. A mere 2,500 dairy cows produce the same equivalent of pollutants and waste that a city of over 400,000 people produce.
Or, they bring that up, like, oh, I'm just so used to it, that's how I've always lived. Like, I feel that because, I haven't been vegan my whole life. There was a point when I had that same, thinking. I thought I'd never be vegan. I thought I could never give up meat, especially cheese, because those things are physically addicting, especially dairy. It has to be addicting so the calf will come back to the mom cow, because it's what the milk is meant for. So it's physically addicting to your body. Meat, that's what I was used to. But once you open your mind and you think past, like what's easiest, you think about what's right and what, makes the most sense, there's no way you can go wrong, especially with like today's society, how there's so many fake meats, so many fake cheeses, that's like you can't even tell the difference. So it's like kind of outweighs a lot, I don't really know how to put it, but
Yeah.
yeah, like there's no reason not to be vegan
Mhm.
nowadays. You know, you just have to like put your mind to it, and you can do anything.
What
you
kind
know?
of foods would you say meat lovers would be able to substitute their cravings?
Well, a couple things, if anybody's interested, they have this fake cheese called chow cheese, which they make out of soybeans, you know. So it's like,
An unbelievable 70% of human beings are lactose intolerant. Therefore, there are solutions, such as Thin Mints and Oreos. And by eating a mostly plant-based diet, we'd be saving ourselves from cancer, cholesterol, and all the other harmful effects from meat.
a lot of restaurants that you can go to and,
Twinkies, Oreos, sorry.
make your own type of vegan meal,
Mhm.
like substitute certain things.
Yeah.
Not all of them, of course, but like a couple good ones that have like a lot of vegan options are like Hugo's, Urban Pizza, Veggie Grill, like, any falafel place, any hummus place. Fresh Brothers have vegan pizza. You know, Greens Up. There's a lot of places you can get vegan food. Also like any grocery store, you can find a lot of fake meats. If you like burgers, you can have fake burgers. If you like chicken nuggets, you can have fake chicken nuggets. If you like teriyaki meat, you can season tofu with teriyaki, and it tastes, just as good, if not better, in my opinion. And once you like think about what you're actually eating, you feel better too. Your body's healthier. It's a win-win situation.
The irony behind this epidemic is that our food industry is actually causing an incline in world starvation and shortage of food. And here's why.
To produce just 1 pound of beef takes over 2,000 gallons of water. And because we're so inefficient growing food to feed our food, in many countries people are starving as vegetables that are grown all around them and should go to feeding them are instead fed to animals for wealthy people to eat.
If the world were to adapt vegan habits, or at least begin revising our animal agriculture system, we witness the disappearance of world hunger as early as 2030. That's right. As early as 2030, we could see the end of world hunger. So I challenge you to give veganism a try and to keep an open mind, because an open mind would bring new possibilities, and with new possibilities brings progress.